Welcome to this week's Journey into the Word. This week we're in Mark chapter 4, verse 1 through 9. And Jesus, He climbs up into a boat and they push Him out a little bit on the sea, and all the people gather on the shoreline right there in front of Him. He begins telling stories. One of the stories, this parable, is about a man who throws out seeds on different types of ground. One group of seeds falls on the hard path that people walk along, and it's this picture of this heart that's become hardened and won't let anything in. And so when the birds come by the seed, they're able to pick it up, and the wind can even blow it off. Any predator that comes along, the message is just destroyed because the person's heart is so hardened and just won't let anything in. Another is that, I'm going to go out of order, but another is the seeds that fall within thorny ground, and it's the issue of, just previously in the previous chapter, Jesus went through a period where his family thought he was crazy, thought he was nuts, and they tried to restrain him. And he shows this picture of turning down the volume on one group of people. And he says, I listen, my brothers and sisters, the ones I listen to are the ones who do the will of my Father. And it painted this picture, this criteria of who do we listen to and who do we allow to choke out different ideas in our life. Because there's other people who do choke out different ideas in our life. And that's like the seed who falls on thorny ground. But then there's a seed who falls on rocky ground. And that's really where I really want to place the emphasis. This seed who falls on rocky ground is the seed who falls in between the cracks of the rocks. And there's a little bit of dirt there, and this plant is able to spring up. But when the heat of the sun is added, it scorches and it withers away because it doesn't have a root. These rocks form from pressure and heat. Pain is what they form from. Within our heart, there are rocks that are formed. And through the pain that we go through in our life, rocks that are formed. And so during this time period of where rocks are formed, we have to choose, are we going to hold those up as trophies and say, you know what, 10 years ago I was really hurt and I want everybody else around me to know that I'm hurt, and I'm valuable as a person because I'm going to hold on to those hard things. I'm going to hold on to those hard places in my life, those places where I was hurt and injured, and sometimes we hold those like a trophy to say I'm valuable because of that. But the reality is we don't have to hold on to those things. We're not valuable because we were hurt in the past. What shows our strength, what shows that we're strong, is our ability to say, I'm going to let go of that past pain and I'm going to hold on to something else. I'm going to allow that old rock to go away. So what that does is it creates room and depth in my heart for a new seed to grow, something new to grow. And what this does is this is the crossroads we're at as believers, as followers. On one hand, I've got a trophy of the pain that I've got in my life. On the other hand, I've got this cross, that Jesus on the cross that says all sins are forgiven and everything is forgiven. And so, but these two things are a double bind. They're stand opposed to one another. On one hand, complete forgiveness. The other hand, I've got a trophy that says I'm hurt and I'm not letting go of it. So these two things are pulling against one another. The choice is, what are we going to do? Are you going to hold on to the trophy? Or are you going to allow this power that we get from being followers of Christ to actually take away that hurt place? What if this grace so heals our heart that it pours out to even the people who hurt us? Getting rid of a rock is not only providing something that heals it, but it's changing our perspective of what that rock is all about. Is that rock valuable because it's there? Or can I make the choice to let go of it? How I view that rock, the value of it, is what gives me the ability to let go of it or hold it in my heart. I encourage you to let go of the rocks in your heart, to open up your heart for what God wants to do in your life. And it says that there is good soil that these seeds also fall on. And this good soil, it produces a crop, what it says 30, 60, and 100 times that of the seed that's planted. God can blow your expectation. God can show up in ways you would never even expect. But you have to give Him the opportunity to do that. I pray that you'll do it. God bless.